It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. I would love to show you my face, but I had a nap when I got home and didn't check my iPad. And who knew that if you didn't use your iPad in a week, it would just die on you. So you get my hands tonight. And I even wore something nice just so it would look nice on video, but I digress. So if you caught my video yesterday, what day are we? We're Wednesday. If you caught my video on Monday, it was for this little cutie. It holds a package of cherry blasters. And if you didn't catch it on YouTube, I did share a very sped up version on Instagram. So, Sour Patch Kids cherry blasters. You know that when something comes out, I need to theme it all up, right? Hi, Sharon. So that was Monday's video. This is the card we're going to be making tonight. And then I've got two more cherry themed projects for you over the next couple of days. Let me know what you think of this. Hello there, Facebook user. I can't tell who it is, but thank you for calling me beautiful. Let me know what you think of this, having like a bundle or stamp set featured, because I've actually got 4 projects next week that are just a standalone stamp set. So let me know what you think. Yay, nay, indifferent. Okay, so let's get to this. I have done a whole bunch of the prep because I don't want you sitting here all night. Also, my son and I were craving blizzards, so that is en route. So I need to be done so it doesn't melt. Okay, so this is the card. You can see I've got my little basket weave pattern in the back. Got some cherries. Now this is a case of the caddy, so to speak. You need to find those candies. Yes, you do. I can't tell who it is, so let me know where you live. And Sweetest Cherries. Sweetest Cherries. It's going to be in the punch bundles right back here. Okay, so page 19. This is the one that's in the back of the catalog. Page 19. So this is the one that I kind of cased. I loved the idea of the cherries in different colors. I didn't do any stamping on this card, but let me know. Should we stamp the cherries and then punch them? I'm definitely going to be putting the definition on the leaves because I feel like they're really just too plain. But it was funny, after I did my cherry project, I Googled cherries and they don't actually really have a brown stem. I guess maybe it's a little brownish green, but whatever that is. Maybe we should do some crumb cake. Anyways, I'm going to keep it the way it is this time, but let me know. Should I stamp them? Hi, Jenny. Maybe check on Amazon. I mean, in Canada, you can get them at Shoppers, probably Walmart. Hi, Feline. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Jennifer. So for those of you that are demonstrators, did you see the new July through December mini catalog? Isn't it amazing? I kind of so wanted to not love everything, but wow. Okay, so on my first card, I stamped them across this way, and it left me with a bit of a gap, and I thought about putting a little banner there anyways, but I'm wondering if maybe I should go up and down. It will leave a smaller space and less to cover. So while I'm doing this, you haven't, oh, Feline, you might be just getting off work, right? Hi, Catherine. Yeah, so let me know. Is your wish list super long? Because mine is. Okay, so I am using Sweet Sorbet on Sweet Sorbet. So some tone on tone. And when I was stamping it sideways, I would rotate it so that I didn't have an obvious repeating pattern. See, I'm not quite going high enough there. But this is kind of a forgiving pattern if you mess up. Okay, so one thing I want to mention, and I'll do it while I'm crafting, instead of getting a squirrel and not telling you, the in-color starter kit offer is ending soon. You only have a few more days. So if you're not familiar with what that is, shoot me a message if you're in Canada and let me know. Hi, Linda. You can, oh, awesome, Jenny. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on. I say I'm going to prevent squirrel. You know that's not possible, right? I'm not capable of that. So I went ahead and took a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock and used the Stripes and Splatters embossing folder. I love this one. And I'm just going to adhere it to the card base. And in case you're wondering, this is still Tombow Mono Liquid Adhesive, the green glue. I just was finding that the Tombow bottles were clogging too much, and I love the precision of this one. So if you love the fine tip glue pen, that's kind of what this is. Whew, out of breath. Okay, so this is one of the frames from the contour dies, scalloped contours dies. Now, you may like it where it's got that little bit of height from the embossing and the stitches. I don't. So if you, like me, hi Susan, always squirrel syndrome, Jenny. I take my bone folder and I just flatten it out. Now, it doesn't do anything to those stitches on the front, but it does make it so it lies flat instead of kind of popping up at the corners, at the edges. Okay, so if you don't care so much for that, do what I do. I'm gonna pop this up. Now, what do you think? Should I stamp the cherries? Because like a dipstick that I am, I haven't used my iPad in like a week, and I went to turn it on to get it connected and it was dead, and it's now at maybe 4%. So that would be why. I got home and I laid down in bed, kind of just joking, and fell asleep for like 45 minutes. It was just what I needed. And that would have been the time to take a look and make sure my iPad was ready to rock, but it wasn't, so you're getting my hands. And perhaps less distraction this way. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there. Now, you don't end up seeing a whole lot of that splatter pattern, but it's kind of just enough to imply that it's like cherry juice, right? Okay, so that's that. I went ahead and I've already die cut my 5 colors of thanks. I've got, and these coordinate with the cherries. So I've got Blushing Bride, Flirty Flamingo, or Flirt Flam. I can't even say the shortened version. Strawberries, or every time. Sweet Sorbet, Cherry Cobbler, and Mary Merlot. So what do you think? Just punching, right? And then I will just stamp the little bit of detail on the leaves because I feel like they're missing something. But then I was, 1, trying to case, and 2, trying to do it without stamping. So let's close this on up. I did stamp something on the inside, but we'll wait until that's kind of ready. I'm going to close my blind so you're not getting this lovely streak. I mean, it's nice and sunny, but distracting, isn't it? If you're like me, you don't need distractions. Okay, so I am going to take my Cherry Builder punch and punch 1 in each of those colors. Now, if you want to conserve your cardstock, just trim it down to like an inch. I'm just using scrap, so I'm not all that concerned. But if it is your first time using the punch, I would suggest punching on scrap paper because there is a little bit of oil or something that comes out when you use a new punch. And that being said, when you get a new punch, always test it out. Even if you don't plan on using it right away, test it out and make sure that it punches, because every now and then you might find one that doesn't. Okay, so there's our Sweet Sorbet. Mary Merlot. This is not a color I reach for often, but I will tell you that I love cherries. When I'm eating well and behaving myself, I love having yogurt with cherries and some granola and what have you. These are my favorite cherries. I wouldn't eat one that looked like this because it'd be too bitter. So I kept seeing Sweet Sorbets, stuck on strawberries, aren't I? I kept seeing them in Sweet Sorbet and I'm like, no, that would be way too sour. I need some dark cherries. So looking in the freezer while I was making dinner tonight, which was leftover nachos, chicken nachos from last night. I saw that the ones I buy are dark pitted cherries. Good frozen, good fresh, I mean defrosted. Okay, so now we just need some leaves. Now, I didn't want a leaf on each one, but really I'm missing it on one. So we need 5 stems and 4 leaves. So I'm just going to punch. Sorry, this is probably a little loud. 2. And I'm also using garden green because, again, I went to Google and that seemed to be the more accurate color. When I did my first cherry blaster package, I used Parakeet Party and it was just way too light. Way too light and bright. Okay, did you see that? I tried pulling that leaf off. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. Now, should I, because I'm stamping the leaves, should I stamp the stems as well? Actually, no, I'm not, because some of them are going to go backwards. So, let's start. I'm going to dry fit them before I go ahead and adhere them. So I've got one in the middle. And you might have noticed that I did this earlier. If you have little, like almost threads or like frayed, just take a nail buffing block and buff those off. I'd like to think I don't have fuzzy cherries. Okay, and then try and change the position so they're not all like sitting in a row. Okay, there we go. Speaking of frayed. Okay, now I am actually just going to glue them. I'm not going to pop anything up because our frame is already popped up. Hi, Linda. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Flirty Flamingo and Cherry Cobbler cherries. It's a little quiet right now. Milo is out for a test run with his foster family. So there's only 3 dogs right now, and they are being very good. Now, you may want to pop up the ones that go over top, but I'm not reinventing the wheel with this one. I am just going to keep it the way I had my original. The part that will take the longest amount of time is gluing those words together, and even that's not going to take a whole bunch of time. I could have used adhesive sheets, but I didn't. Hi from the Netherlands. Love coming in the middle of a sentence. Something about fuzzy cherries. Yes. Well, we don't want fuzzy cherries. Now, on some of these stems, we're not going to glue the whole stem down because maybe you want it to be moving a little bit. I'm going to rotate so some of them are facing one way and some are facing the other. These cherries are not uniform. Okay, I got the glue bottle from Amazon and it is still Tombow, but it was clogging too much and it was driving me nuts. So this one is basically like a fine tip glue pen, and you get, I think you get 4 or 5 of them in a package. So I mean, I'm trying to think, what else could I put this on? Or what could I put in here? I have not come up with anything but the Tombow yet. I'm sure there are other things, but... Okay, so you can see this part comes together quite quickly. It's funny, I was freezing about 20 minutes ago and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Okay, and this one we'll have just hanging off the edge. Now for the leaves, we've got this funny little guy. I've got my garden green ink out. And we're going to stamp. You know, I have this grid paper so you don't see those lights at the top, and it's moving. Okay, so let's put this on here. On the ones that are backwards, I could probably just draw it, but going back to what Google showed me, the leaves go at the top. They're cute when they're down here, but it's not actually accurate. So if you want to be accurate, which way do I want this one? I thought there was an extra leaf there. If you want to be accurate, they go at the top of the stem. But I mean, realism, do we need it? We will put one at the bottom because it just looks so cute. So that one will go on the cherry cobbler cherry. Maybe we'll put this one in the middle because I feel like that part's going to pop up. And then one more. This one's going to be kind of hanging down. So you can see I've got way more leaves than I need. I lost count. I just got to punching. Okay, so there we go. Now this one needs to be at the top, doesn't it? It leaves too much white space down there. I'll clean these up after. So now I'm just going to glue these on. This is, other than the popped up frame, this is a very flat card. Okay, so we have blizzards on order, I mentioned. If you were ordering a blizzard from Dairy Queen, what flavor would you get? My usual go-to before this flavor that I ordered tonight would have been chocolate chip cookie dough and score, because I like to have different textures like crunch and soft and chewy. This one I'm popping up only because it's so far off of the frame. Okay, cute, right? Now that little extra something is going to be our thanks. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Jenny says cherry cheesecake. I apologize for my sniffling. I can't stop and blow my nose now. Okay, so like I said, I could have used adhesive sheets, but I didn't. And this is to show you how easy this is. It's not easy with one hand. Okay, so we're just going to stack them. And the reason I'm using liquid glue is I want that little bit of wiggle room time, whatever, to be able to stack them, but offset. And I'm telling you, this worked a lot better when the camera was not recording. My little T's keep getting stuck. Okay. And you can just play with them till you get them where you want. $15 Oh my goodness. Okay, Feline says Oreo with extra Oreos. Melanie says Oreo cookies. I actually bought Oreos yesterday and I've been eating too many of them. But in my defense, it is that oh so fun time of month and hormones are in control, not me. So I've been eating Oreos. Okay, so here we've got our sweet sorbet. See, if I were using adhesive sheets, I would not have this same kind of amount of time to play with these. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be perfect, but it'll be close enough. Hi. It sounds like...
Was it Henry for you or him?
Me. It sounds like Dixie's stuck in our room.
Do you want it?
Well, not right now.
Do you want it in the freezer?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It was not hard at all. I basically just turned the glue bottle upside down and gave it a bit of a squeeze. So all I did was I took this lid off, took that lid off, and squeezed it in. But even if you let it just sit with the tip upside down, it will kind of pour in there. It might take a lot longer. I am too impatient for that, so I just squeezed it. And I did leave a little bit in that bottle because there are times where I need more applied than this little fine tip gives me. I'll never stop using the Tombow glue, just maybe not in that same bottle. Okay, not as great as my first one. Do you see on this one how you could see each of the colors? This one, not quite so much, but close. Sometimes close counts, right? Perfection is highly overrated. So for those of you that purchased Craft and Connect this month, I'll be sending an email shortly. I am going to record the videos for this month because with the product shares I got behind, and the kits are just about ready to hit the mail, but they definitely won't be there in time for Saturday's class. So I will record the video, get these kits out in the mail, and then you can make them at your own pace. Because I mean, last month I asked, what do people prefer? Would you like to have that pre-recorded video or craft live? And it was kind of a mixed bag, and I was very lucky to have some say, you know, whatever's best for you, because I mean, this was created as a way to craft and connect. But crafting live takes about 2 hours, and I managed to get the last one down to, okay, where is for being so? Am I looking at it? I don't think it's on here, is it? Oh, I masked it, that's why. Okay, squirrel. Yes, so it was created to be a way to connect, but there's a big difference in the time. Now, that being said, oh, thank you, Linda. Oh, hi, Jill. Maybe just put it in there and let it do its own thing in its own sweet time. Ha ha ha. I will create a poll in the Craft and Connect group, but let me know what you'd like to see next month. There are so many great products that came out in the annual catalog, and if you are a demonstrator, you know that the mini catalog PDF came out today, and pre-order starts on June 1st. Is that right? Yeah. So a whole new set of products coming at us, but I want to keep focusing on the annual because I feel like, given the short time frame we have between the annual coming out and then the mini coming out, we tend to forget about the annual. So I'll put up a poll, but I mean, I was gonna say there's lots of masculine things coming up, but by the time the kits get to you, it would be a little late. So there's so many great things. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Cheerful Basket, and I have a super fun video coming for you on Friday, the Global Stampin' Video Hop. Sorry, I don't know what is in our carburetor, but Dave is determined to get it out. Friday morning at 4 a.m. Please do not wake up just for that. The Global Stampin' Video Hop is featuring in colors, and I use the Cheerful Basket bundle. And it's so stinking cute. So if you're not sure what that is, let me show you. Where are we? Yeah, so there's so many great bundles. I mean, we could do the Sweet Songbirds, Cheerful Basket. So it has craft supplies, apples, hearts, this cute little cat. I want a basket full of puppies, but super cute. So I will put up a poll. Always know that you can add your selection. There's Cottage Rose, there is the Wisteria Wishes, so many great things. Anyways, he is determined to get that carburetor going, and this is it. Like, how cute, right? You could make a ton of these just by punching out strips. I would suggest, if you're making a ton of them, that you cut your strips down so that you're just cutting across and not wasting the leaves and all of that, because you could get a whole other row of cherries with that. So that is all. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Remember that In Color Starter Kit promotion comes to an end at the end of day May 31st, and there are, I think it's $92 in product. You get In Color DSP, you get all the In Color ink pads, you get the grid paper, just so much stuff on top of the already great starter kit deal. It doesn't have to be a business. You can use it for your own discount. And that's all. I am going to go have my blizzard. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.